Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rashri, Associate Professor Education, Sanskriti University. Today we will discuss about what is the hypothesis. So today we will discuss meaning of hypothesis, sources of hypothesis, type of hypothesis and function of hypothesis. These all topic we will discuss this lecture. So first of all, meaning of hypothesis. As we know, hypothesis, hypo is a prediction. It's just, you can say, a relation, or we can predict the solution of the any problem, or we can state the predicted solution of any problem. So in meaning, a hypothesis and assumptions that are made based on some evidence. That means if we want to predict any solution to related with any problem, that means we will predict some on the basis of theoretical aspect, social aspect, or you can say practical aspect. So in meaning, hypothesis is an assumptions that is made based on some evidences. Next one, this is the initial point of any investigation that translate the research questions into the predictions. Always whenever we are creating a research problem or we want to the research, that time we have some problems and the problem raise the questions, but the hypothesis converted these questions into a predictive solution, or you can say a statement which will be show the predictive solution. Next, it includes components like variable, population and the relation between the variable. If we are doing the research, that means we want to search something regarding to any variable, any aspect, any relation with the social aspect, human aspect and human relations also. So that means always the hypothesis includes some component that will be the variable, population and the relation between the two variables. It's just like academic achievement and the practice of the subject of student. A research hypothesis is a hypothesis that is used to test the relationship between two or more variables. You can see this, they both statement looking like a same, but it's not a same. Research, we will only use these terms in the relationship between the two variables, but only the hypothesis will be relationship between the, or you can say the prediction of the any aspect of the research. So that time when we will identify and we want to predict the solution of any problem or the relationship between the two variables, that time we can say this will be the research hypothesis. Now we will discuss about the definitions on the basis of this meaning, or you can say meaning and the aspect of the relationship or predictions. The Webster Dictionary says that hypothesis is the position, condition or principle which is assumed, prefaced without belief in order to draw out its logic consequence and by the method to test its accord with the fact which are known or may be determined. That means if we want to doing the research, that time we will predict any solution and we will according to that solution, prediction of the solution, we will make a statement. It will be the hypothesis of particular research. Some more definitions and some educationists also define this hypothesis. According to Lundberg, hypothesis is a tentative generalization, the validity of which remains to be tested. In its most elementary stage, that hypothesis may be any hunch, give, imagination, ideas which become to basis for action of investigation. That means just like previously we can say, if we want to predict any solution for the research, or you can say problem solution in the during the research, that time we will predict. So if we are making the prediction for particular problem, that time we have some the authentic basis. On that basis we can generalize the solution after the research. It will be the finding of the testing hypothesis. So that time we can say, according to Ludwig, the hypothesis is the tentative generalization, the validity in which the remains to be tested, जो tested है. Next, a proposition which can be put to test to determine its validity. Good and Hurt says, if we are predict anything, if we want to the research, after the research generalize anything, that time we will have to validity on this that statement or findings. So if we will already frame the hypothesis, it will be the based on any aspect, it will any authentication, any generalized procedure. That time we can say the hypothesis will have some validity and we can generalize to our whole population and whole general aspect. Hypothesis is a testable statement of a potential relationship between two or more variables. Already I discussed this. If we want to the relationship between the two variable and I am making the some statement, it will be the hypothesis. According to these all characteristics, we can characterize the hypothesis. So if we are saying this, which type of hypothesis we should we create and which type of characteristics should we have this statement, that time good hypothesis will should be simple. That means it's not cliched language, it's not a haphazard language and ununderstandable language, or you can say ununderstandable predictive solution. If it will be confusable, it will be not simple, it can't be not generalized, it can't be explainable, it can't be understandable also. So that time the good hypothesis should be the simple, should be specific. If we want to do the research also have this type of characteristics. Research will be the specific. One time we will do the one research, or you can say one aspect of the research of the related with any variable. If we are doing the research, that time if we are defining the one variable relation to another variable, if it will not specific, it will be not the good for the research or research finding also. So next one, it should be the good hypothesis should be stated advance. Advance it may be we can say, we know that hypothesis is the predictive solution. So that means we can announce the hypothesis before the testing the variable relationship, effect and the any kind of generalized result. So it should be the announceable, or you can say announceable in advance. If we can advance the we can announce the in advance our solution, it will be the hypothesis. The good hypothesis should be testable. If we can't, now the researcher framed the hypothesis, and if we can't tested this, it will be not reliable or not valid, because hypothesis will be the predictive solution. If the predictive solution not testable, how can we say our research is a good and bad, or it will be validated? So after the testable condition, we can say it is the good and bad, or you can say it is the authentic result for the generalization. So that's why the hypothesis, good hypothesis should be the testable. Now we are discussing about the what should be the resources of the, or you can say sources of hypothesis. How can we frame a good hypothesis with these all characteristics? So that time, first is resemblance between the phenomena. If we want to the comparison, or you can say we can say two phenomena or two different phenomena, and we want to the comparison, or we want to the identify or testing the relationship between the two phenomena, or we can say we want to the generate any one phenomena to another phenomena, already generated phenomena. That time we can predict a idea in our mind and we can frame a hypothesis. It will be happen with this already represented phenomena. So it can be the resources, or can be the sources for the prediction, or you can say formation of the new hypothesis regarding to any new aspect. So there is a resemblance between the phenomena. It's the sources of hypothesis. Second one, observation from past study, present day experience, and from the competitors. That means what we already seen in the past and what should we have to do in the future. That time the connectivity link can be predict. That connectivity link we can say it's just like what is happening in present and what should be happen in future. So that time we can predict a futuristic task, futuristic picture, futuristic any phenomena. That time we can say it will be the this type of observation. On the basis of observation, we can predict the futuristic task, futuristic phenomena and futuristic result also. So it will be also the sources of the hypothesis. Scientific theories. Our scientific theories is just like Bernoulli Premey, it's just like Einstein theories, it's just like anyone, psychological learning theories, so many theories we have, but these all theories predicted in past, but is it a practicability in, it have also practicability in our present condition. This time we can predict a solution, or you can say we can predict this theories already, those are created in the past, it will be applicable in future also. So it can be a source of the hypothesis, testing of the scientific theories, or you can say applicability of the scientific theory. So scientific theory will be the sources of hypothesis. Next, general pattern that influence the thinking process of people. That means we are thinking generally which type of people think regarding to any aspect. How can we, a researcher have the special thinking, and you can say research attitude. That means if we want to the research or you can say search any new aspect for the generalized thing, from the generalized thing, that time we will follow or observe the what is the general pattern of the thinking person. It's just like practice makes a man perfect. It's just like a predictive solution. If we are do the practice, and the practice will be the practice will be the man perfect, makes man perfect. So it's a tested hypothesis also. If we will do the more practice, we will do perfect in our work. So it's just a general pattern. If we want to the research, we can predict the general pattern, processing a good hypothesis for the research. If it will be testable, it will be hypothesis. It will be not predictable, testable. It's just a predictions. So this is also general pattern also will be the sources of hypothesis. Creative thinking. We have so many ideas in our mind. How can we change these ideas for the research? How can we create a new thinking, related aspect, and which type of knowledge we have, and how can we create the new knowledge for the new aspect? So this is the creative thinking. We have only one idea. It just we have something colored paper, and colored paper makes a tone paper can be create a painting, and full paper with the fold and cutting we can create some flower, some decorative item. That means it's just a creativity, and we can create the thing one way to another way. That means if we have some product or we have some resources, we can create something new through our creative thinking. So creative thinking is the sources also of the prediction, or you can framing a hypothesis. Hunch, sudden thought on some subject in the brain. That means we have so many type of observation, we have so many type the experiences in our life, and any one experience, if it will be click you, what will be happen in future for this event, or you can say it just like I'm sitting in a relaxing position, and suddenly I'm thinking why this light is yellow and this is the white, and if I want to search this aspect, and what is the blue and why is the blue and why it is the black, or you can say a general example is this: tomato grow in the green condition, after some time it will be become a red tomato. So why it is? Its sudden idea is generating in mind why it will convert in green to red. So it is also a sources of the hypothesis. If we can say after the certain size, after the certain time, tomato will convert after green to red. Why? Why is will be the testable hypothesis. If it will be after the some time it will be converted into red tomato. So that means it is the base of the predictive, and if I am saying it will be created, that means we are framing a hypothesis for the tomatoes conditions. So it is the sources of hypothesis. Just a diagrammatic. Now we have a question in our mind. If the hypothesis is the predicted solution, so then what is the research question? Because the hypothesis is sources, or you can say hypothesis will give us a platform for the research. That means if we are predicting something, we will do after this, it will convert into in this. It's just like a hypothesis. And if it is the hypothesis is the predictive solution is not a question, so what is the difference between the research questions and the hypothesis? Then research questions that you are trying to answer when you do research on a topic or write a research report. That means why it is happened. But the hypothesis is the statement that can be proved proved or disproved. A research question can be made into a hypothesis by changing into the statement. That means if it will be testable, it will be hypothesis. It will be not testable, it will be not hypothesis. But a research question always will be the research question. No need to testable. If we are creating any question in research, that means it will be the research question. But it not will be the hypothesis, because hypothesis need to the test. Research questions should be as specific possible. In some cases, you may make 2 or more research questions to cover a complex topic. But the hypothesis above can be turned into the working null hypothesis simply by the adding not. That means if we are raising the research question in any research, that time we can't change the questions framing. But if we are creating a hypothesis, we can change according to our research, we can change the hypothesis framing. It will be the null, it will be the alternative. So we will discuss next slide. Just some example for the hypothesis. For example, if your final proved hypothesis is maximum reflex efficiency is achieved after 8 hours to sleep, we weight generalize this to the thesis statement, such as the investigation demonstrate the sleep has an effect on reflex efficiency, and that in fact maximum reflex efficiency is achieved after a specific period of sleep. It is just a topic of the research, and on the basis of this topic we can create a hypothesis. And now type of the hypothesis. So generally we have the 2 type of hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis is the, you can see this, null is the none. That means if we want to predict the predicted solution in 2 variable, the null hypothesis will be shows there will be no relationship between the 2 variable. Just like this. That means there will be no relationship between the 2 variable. That means there will be no changes in the dependent variable due to the manipulation of the independent variable. That means if we want to the change in the one variable, it not reflect in the second variable. It just a statement that is where there is a no significance relationship between the 2 variable. That means no relationship between the 2 variable. And if we will test this and we find out the solution this, give some relationship between the 2 variables, that time we can say null hypothesis is the rejected. It's a very safe side hypothesis, because if we are already predicted this null hypothesis, there will be no significant relationship between the 2 variables, that time we already deny to our relationship. if we have this type, if we find the rejection of the null hypothesis, that time we can give the some explanation for this, why we are rejecting after the testing null hypothesis. But if we already frame the alternative hypothesis, that time we can't give the explanation. That time the researcher will show in research error of the hypothesis, or you can say error of the study, error of the sampling, and error of the statistical technique also. So that's why generally we frame the null hypothesis. For example, attending physiotherapy session does not affect athletes on field performance. That means physiotherapy is the removable task. Yeah, you can say it's a recovering task. If we have some problem, any athletics have some problem. But if we are already says that this will be the hypothesis, after the physiotherapy session, it will be not affected to player in field, it will be our null hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis, the alternative hypothesis state that there is a relationship between the two variables. It's just like if we will change the one variable, it will be reflected in another variable. For example, it is said that experimental hypothesis predict that changes will take place in the dependent variable when the independent variable is manipulated. That means if we will doing any change in the one variable, it will be reflected into the any second variable of the study. It's just like, or it will be reflected in our result of the research. Alternative hypothesis we can divide into two parts, directive and the indirect, non-directional. Directional hypothesis, already we discussed about this. If we have the directional alternative hypothesis, that means it will be it has effect of, if we will change the one variable, it will be reflect the changes onto the second variable, or you can say dependent or independent variable. But if we are want to the differentiate or get dividing the two type directional hypothesis, that time directional hypothesis shows that if we are changing the state, that if the changes will be positive, it will be positive or negative. If the change not seen the any direction, that time we can say it will be the non-directional hypothesis. It's just like, for example, children age 4 years eating proper food over a 5-year period are having higher IQ levels than children not having proper meal. This shown as the effect and the direction of the effect. That means if we have the nutritive food, we can represent ourselves healthy. That means food will be react, or you can say if we are changing the feeding habit of the children, it will be reflect the health of the children. It's a positive or a negative. Non-directional hypothesis, it shows is like this. It is used when there is no theory involved. That means no relationship, it will show the relationship but not direction. It's just like it is the statement that the relationship exists between two variables without predicting the exact nature, or you can say direction of the any relationship. It's just like that. The practice of singing will improve the driving. It's just like practice is practice. I given the example, practice makes a man perfect. It's a hypothesis. But if we can say the hypothesis, but according to non-directional hypothesis, practice of the singing will not impact, not affected to driving. It is the, but practice is the practice. Practice should be affected to the result, but practice is the one area can't be affect the another area. Non-directional hypothesis shows this type of relationship between the two variables. If we was the another type of hypothesis, simple hypothesis, which shows that the relationship between one dependent variable and the single dependent variable. it's just a statement. इसमें if you eat more vegetable you will lose weight faster. It's just like complex hypothesis. A complex hypothesis implies that relationship between the multiple independent variable to one dependent variable. It's just like individual who eat more fruit have higher immunity, lesser fat, lesser cholesterol, and high metabolism also. So that means eating habit impact to so many aspects of the body in our health. Next, statistical hypothesis. It is to test on already existing hypothesis by the studying a population sample. Hypothesis like a 44% of the individual Indian population belong in the age group of 22 to 27. It's just a statistical. It means कि it just a predictive idea regarding to or you can say that will be shows the numbers of the any aspect. Empirical hypothesis, it claim a theory validation by experiments and the observation. I already discussed about the theories. It's just like a learning theories. Learning theory says that a Pavlov theory is a conditioning theory. Conditioning will the conditioning found in the learning. So this type of theory, if want to the test in our research, we will create the empirical hypothesis. Next is the function of the hypothesis. On the basis of these all type characteristics, we can say this hypothesis and in a research study serve the purpose of the investigator eye, a research through which is he can see the various aspect of the problem. If we creating any research problem and we want to the solution of this problem, that time we will the hypothesis will help the give the platform, or you can say a area of the are limitations of our study. How can we delimit our study and how can we find out the solution of this problem to particular time and the particular time and all these economic basis. Hypothesis help in making an observation and experiment possible. If we will do the without any research, without prediction, without any tentative solution, that time it may be our research can be biased, or you can say vague, and you can say time consuming. If we are creating the hypothesis, it will be help the doing the experiment according to our variable, according to our finding, what we want to do in our research, we can frame the hypothesis. It will be help to framing the research problem. It becomes the start point for the investigation. Yes. How can we start our research? How can we find out the particular solution regarding to any problem? That time we will do the hypothesis. It will indicate us how can we start our research. Hypothesis help in verifying the observation. It helps in directing the inquiries in the right direction. Yes, if we want to the solution in the one, it just like if we want to the affect the one variable to another variable. If it will be not predictive, if we will not frame the hypothesis, that time we can't go through a one direction. So it will be help of the gives the direction of our whole research. Hypothesis guide the research in the selection of the test and technique appropriate to the problem. According to effect, relationship, statistical technique, and the generalization of the result, we will have to select some statistical technique, sampling technique, and the data collection technique also. So the hypothesis will be help it. How can we conduct a data collection? How can we select the statistical technique for the particular result generalization? So next one is it facilitates interpretation of result and the conclusion can be arrived at and state in a meaningful way. That means if we want to the reflection, if we want to the result in the correlation way, that time we will do the correlation study and we will predict the variable relationship. We will test the relationship between the two variable. If we want to the impact of the one variable to another variable, that time we will frame the hypothesis impact of the two variable, one variable to another variable. Next, hypothesis after having been support and the through further confirmation by other scientists become theory. That means if we are testing the theory in the present condition, and you can say we can generate the new theory according to last generated theory through our research finding. So today we will discuss about only the function of the hypothesis. Next, in next lecture we will discuss further more information and testing of hypothesis. Thank you.